Alright guys, what's up? Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm not getting behind the desk for any unnecessary reason. I'm kind of just going to stand out in front of it. I want to talk a little bit about my AR-15 and basically give y'all a good rundown on how to properly take care of this thing and how to handle it, and I guess good AR-15 maintenance tips. And this is for my 6.5 Grendel. It's a Diamondback 18-inch barrel. I have a review on it. Card will be up here in this corner right here. So if you want to learn more about this rifle, I guess spec-wise and how it shoots currently, that would be a good video to watch for you to check it out. But this is going to be how to disassemble and clean this thing and take care of it, because I use this rifle for about everything, and maintenance is very important. So I'm a strong believer that when you have something you like, you need to take care of it. So I'm going to start this video out by switching camera angles like I normally do, but I'm going to show you how to disassemble this thing so you can clean it better and take care of it. So stay tuned. Let's get it. So here is the base part of the AR-15. This is the lower. This is the part you register, or I guess you don't register it yet in Virginia, but this is the part that is the gun, this lower receiver right here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the lower from the upper receiver. Alright, so to remove the lower receiver, I'm going to use a small punch. You can use a bullet, you can use your fingers if it's these two pins right here. You'll need to pull them out or push them out, however you do it. So I'm going to rotate my rifle around. You're going to want to make sure your bolt is up, because it'll be a pain in the butt if your bolt's not up. And you want to just push them out. Alright. So there you have it. The lower is apart from the upper. So generally speaking, there's not a lot of maintenance to be done on a lower. You might get a little bit of carbon on your buffer spring and trigger, but generally speaking, there's not a lot you really need to do for your lower. The main part of your maintenance needs to come on your upper receiver. The next thing we're going to do is disassemble this upper receiver. Alright, so we're going to take the bolt out, the firing pin, the extractor, all that cool stuff. Alright, so you want to grab your charging handle, which is this thing right here, and you want to pull out on your charging handle. It should come back just like that. And you have your bolt. You pull down on your charging handle, because you can see there's grooves right there that hold it up in your upper. So there you've separated your upper and your charging handle and your bolt. So now we need to disassemble the bolt. And to disassemble the bolt, you need to take the firing pin out. So I have another punch, and there's this little pin right here on one side of your bolt, and you want to stick this down, and you just want to remove this pin. Alright, so once the pin is removed, we want to keep that somewhere we can find it, and your firing pin should just fall right out. So then we want to remove the bolt once the firing pin's out, and to remove the bolt, you rotate this piece right here, and you set it down. You can pull the bolt out from the bolt carrier group. Alright, so now that you have disassembled your upper, and we could disassemble the bolt more, but I usually don't. Now that you've disassembled your upper, we're ready to start cleaning it. Alright, so now that we have the rifle disassembled, I'm going to show you how to clean it. And there's 1,000 different ways to clean this rifle and other AR-15s. So if it's a little bit different than like what somebody else has told you, or what your grandfather told you, or whatever, just bear with me, because this is what's worked for me, and I've done this for a long time, and I've had zero problems with how I clean my rifles, and I've had very little wear and corrosion on my rifles. And if I have had corrosion on my rifles, it's usually because I just forgot to clean it. So let's get right into it. So what you're wanting to do, I usually just take an old t-shirt and cut it up, and I'll lay it down, and I use rim oil, specially formulated for cleaning, lubricating, and protecting firearms. So this is what I use to clean my bolt carrier group and my charging handle and all that. So what I'll do is I will take them and I will lay them on the cleaning rag. I'll just give them a good blast of this stuff, like so. And I will rub it down. So you can see, it's pulling a lot of that carbon off. Pulling a ton of carbon off. It'll get me another rag so I can do this up here in front. But look at that. Yep, there's the bolt. So what we'll do is we'll lay this down and we'll move on to the firing pin and we'll wipe the firing pin down. After it's been sprayed. Look. And this rifle cleans up a lot better than my AR-15 or my other AR-15. Diamondback did a really good job on the pieces and the nice and shiny now. And we'll just keep wiping everything down. Get it all nice and pretty. Get all the gross stuff off. Look at that. Ugh. Man. We get to the bolt and we wipe the bolt down real good. Make sure you're getting all the little cracks on it. Just pulls all that carbon off of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I have went a while before cleaning my rifles. And I tell you what, the AR-15 does a really good job at running when it gets pretty gross. So that's good. So we basically have our bolt finished and cleaned off. Now let's go to the charging handle. I forgot to spray the charging handle when we started. We'll just give it a quick spray down. And clean her off. Alright, one thing I forgot to do. You want to take Q-tip, big Q-tip, long Q-tip, right up here. The gas goes into your bolt carrier group. You want to take that Q-tip and you want to just clean it in there. Make sure you get everything nice and Yep. Alright. So now that you have your bolt clean, it's important to reassemble it now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go backwards. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure these little springs, or these, if you can see them, I keep trying to do things in front of the screen and not the camera. So there's little slots right there. You want to make sure they're not on top of each other and they're off of each other. So the bolt's really dummy proof. If this thing doesn't fit in there, then you've got it wrong, and if it does, then you've got the bolt placed right. So as you can see, the bolt is in there and it's good to go. So now we want to put the firing pin back in. You just drop it with the pointing end down and it just slides right on in there. And it clicks. And then this thing can be a pain in the butt if it doesn't want to go. but it just slid right back on there. So now your bolt's clean, and you're ready to start cleaning your barrel. So I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to clean the barrel. So now that we have the bolt carrier group clean, we're going to clean the barrel. And to clean the barrel, we're going to spray a little bit of this rim oil down it. Alright, get it all nice and lubed up in there. And we're going to take a cleaning rod, and since this is a 6.5 Grindle, I'm going to use a 243. I'm going to shove this down the barrel. And when you shove this down the barrel, you need to make sure that you don't pull it back. You just need to put it down. Alright. Alright, so now I need to clean her up. As you can see, I removed the brush before. Put this back through. And I want to do it again. So. And then you gotta make sure you move the brush. And do this as many times as you think you might need. I'm good with 2. Now I'm going to use a swatch and clean the barrel and make sure all the carbon's out of it. So I have a swatch here that came with a rifle cleaning kit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this in hops 9. And this stuff works really well. I'm going to put it on the end of my tamping rod, or cleaning rod, not tamping rod, this isn't a muzzleloader. And run it down the barrel. As you can see, it came out black. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to get another one. And I'm going to dip it and then pull it back through. So now that I've dipped it, I'm going to pull it back through. And I'm just going to repeat this until it is clean to my satisfaction. So after you've cleaned your upper to your satisfaction, and you've gotten the bore and the barrel and everything real clean and nice, then you want to wipe it down. And I just usually use a rag and make sure I got all the grease and stuff off of it. If I got any oil on the rifle while I was cleaning it, I usually try to wipe it down and make it look the best it can. And then it's time to reassemble. So reassembly is pretty easy. You need to take your upper and you need to take your charging handle and you put your charging handle in your upper like so. And if you notice, you pull up on it and it won't go in, so there's a spot in there that it'll just slide right up in and it goes up easy. Then you take your bolt carrier group and you just put it right underneath your charging handle and push it forward, and it'll lock, and it'll put the flap forward. Alright, so now that that's been reassembled, then you want to take your lower, and you want to pull the pins out, and you want to reassemble your lower same way you put it on there. I usually start by putting the pivot pin in first, and then I click the back one in like so. So that's basically how I clean my rifle. So that works really well for me. I have no problems at the range, and my rifle treats me really well when I take care of it. Alright, so guys, I hope that helps. This is really trying to be an informative video. I want everyone to do the best they can when it comes to taking care of their rifle and being safe with it, and being responsible. So I hope this video helped. Please go subscribe, guys. We're doing really good. And leave a comment, like, all that good stuff. Let me know other ways to clean your rifle. Give me tips. I know this probably wasn't the comprehensive video that other people have done, but it was a very basic way to clean your rifle and how to take care of it and how to break it down and field strip it. So leave me tips down below. Leave a like, guys, and remember, take someone outdoors. I'll see y'all next time.